So I was in a Facebook group for membership site creators that I love, and I saw someone asking there for basically feedback or help from the community. She was struggling and she was asking with other people in the group building these training-based membership sites, these coaching programs, were struggling with mindset. This person was saying they had all the content and tools, but somehow never quite get there, and there's constant procrastination and perfectionism, and the vision just isn't quite clear. Now, I saw this kind of humble ask from one person to their community of peers, and I realized there's a huge opportunity here to get into the mindset of a coach, somebody building a training based membership site, whether that's you or that's your client. I think you're really going to like this video. So, I'm Chris Badgett. I'm a WordPress LMS professional. I'm a software entrepreneur. I'm a coach to WordPress folks who are building sites for clients, and also to fellow coaches, experts, course creators. And I'm a homeschooling, work from home dad coming to you live from my home office cabin in my backyard. So be sure to stay to the end of this video because I'm going to share an exclusive resource with you that's going to help you choose the most powerful technology stack for your training-based membership site. It's called the WordPress LMS Buyer's Guide. But first, I heard this quote by Steven Covey a while ago called, "We don't see things as they are, we see things as we are." And what this means is our mindset, like it colors the way we see our reality. And when the mindset is not optimal or has negative influences or isn't somehow impaired, it really hurts us as entrepreneurs and really as people. And mostly not in terms of turning us into bad people, but not enabling us to live up to our potential. So, this is what it feels like when there's a challenge. The first challenge is that things start feeling really slow, like you're moving through quicksand and you can just never really get where you're trying to go. Or if you're working with clients in the coaching industry or experts, and they just kind of get bogged down and they feel like they're just not moving anywhere. They're moving really slow. And even worse, they suffer from procrastination where, as a website owner, or a website builder, you may ask for some content and then you get an excuse or delays or a refocus on the wrong thing when you really just need something from the coach so that you can build the membership site. But there's like this procrastination that pops up, and it kind of manifests itself into something even worse, which is called self-sabotage. This is where somebody starts kind of getting in their own way so that progress isn't made. And a lot of times this is happening with the subconscious mind, and people don't really realize when they're sabotaging their business, when they're sabotaging their relationships, when they're sabotaging their personal health. But self-sabotage, once you see it, is a huge challenge for a lot of people. But we're going to help you or your client level up the mindset today so that we can have that feeling of speed, of moving fast, of accelerating again, and so that we can prioritize and execute without all this heavy procrastination energy, and also just get out of our own way so that we can put our thing out into the world, or launch this coaching program and get this thing rolling. So there's really 5 key principles to help you with a healthy coaches or expert or mentor kind of mindset. So the first one, and what I'm going to share with you in these 5 principles, they're double-edged swords. So they kind of have like a negative manifestation, but then what we can do is we can transmute the negative, and once we see it and admit it and focus on it, we can transmute it or transform it into the positive version, the other side of the sword. So the first one that often comes up in an unhealthy mindset is fear of being judged. So this mindset really holds people back, and it really holds them back from the most important part of having a healthy mindset, which is just being you, being authentic. So when we embrace authenticity, like for real, um, this can unlock incredible momentum and speed, because you know what? When you're trying to be something you're not and you're just scared of being judged, it's exhausting. It's like a full-time job doing something that isn't you. But at the end of the day, what the market wants is they want you. You may have competitors in the space that you operate in, but there's only one you. And the more real you are, the more you're going to resonate with good fit clients, and in a positive way, deter bad fit clients based just on by being you and not worrying about being judged. Just be yourself. Because a lot of us, we do this kind of work as coaches and whatnot to feel comfortable in our own skin and be ourselves, and have our creative freedom to work out in the world how we want to work. The next one is to really move from a victim mindset to an offensive mindset. Now, the victim mindset, this is a huge problem in, lots of layers in society and the world, but the victim mindset is around a lot of blame, a lot of handing over control to some kind of oppressor. And I'm not saying that conflict doesn't happen and people aren't victims of various situations and that kind of thing, but sometimes there's this victim mindset loop we get in where we just kind of give up control, too much control to, our whatever it is. It could be somebody else. It could be like our customers. It could be our, family obligations. It could be our, what somebody else thought we should be when I grow up. And we're like a victim to all these outside influences. Now, the opposite of having a victim mindset is really going on the offensive. And, I heard a powerful phrase that helps, me get out of the victim mindset, which is don't retreat into story. And if you kind of meditate and become more self-aware, you will notice when you go back into some kind of old story that's kind of cycling in your mind about something where you kind of don't have control and you're being forced to do something, or you have to do something. We have a lot more power than we realize. So getting on the offense and taking on the positive offense mindset is super healthy and can help coaches get unstuck, because the world needs us on offense. They need us out there driving, creating momentum, making positive impact in the world. So the third thing is just this mindset of not being ready. Now, this is a weird one because people who are coaches and experts, they've spent a lot of time like sharpening the saw of their expertise, or understanding their market, or overcoming these challenges that make them a great coach. But this fear of not being ready I've noticed, is often highest in people that are the most ready. And people that lack this, sometimes it's a red flag, because I'm like, are you sure you've got like all this experience and can really help these people or whatever? But it's just a funny trend I've noticed, that people that are most likely to succeed in whatever the coaching endeavor is often have the biggest issues with feeling like they're not ready. So on the other side of that is really just kind of going from, I don't know if I'm ready, to a mindset of I'm a work in progress, and I'm going to, deploy. I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to coach. I'm going to get on the calls. I'm going to create the video training. I'm going to create the online course. And you know what? I can keep making it better over time. So that's an implementer's an implementer's mindset and activity, where we just have forward progress constantly, and we take imperfect action and we iterate. This is something I noticed at Lifter LMS. So I have a learning management system for WordPress called Lifter LMS. It's also an all-in-one membership site and e-commerce solution. The the people that are most successful with our software, regardless of technology experience or anything, they have this mindset of they're just going to ship it and they're just going to keep making it better. And if they get stuck, they're going to ask for help or they're going to hire help. They just implement. So, and going from a I'm not ready mindset to I'm a work in progress, let's go mindset is super powerful. So the next one is thinking small. So sometimes we aim our sights too low. And this is a big mindset problem where if we, just kind of expand out and really like think big, and there's these concepts like big, hairy, audacious goals and, leaving a legacy, like how's the world going to remember you is a good exercise to go through. And just having a little bit of faith in yourself and your ability to help a target market, and think big. Like maybe you're only thinking of a few people in your local area or in your immediate social network, but the world is a really big place. There's a lot of pain and suffering out in the world. There's a lot of people looking for opportunity that you might be able to help with. So going from thinking small to really thinking big, like what is your dent in the universe? Steve Jobs, that was his advice at the Stanford commencement speech. If you haven't seen it, the late Steve Jobs was talking there to this graduating class about the importance of thinking big enough and thinking about making a dent in the universe. That's definitely a mindset shift of, when you get rid of this other stuff, this like perfectionism and this victim thinking and this fear of being judged and all this, when that weight comes off, we can often think bigger. So that's definitely a healthy mindset. And the last one I have for you today has to do with a lack of confidence. So moving into confidence is really happens by, working on the other mindsets we've talked about, but it also involves you kind of stepping into your ideal you. And this is something we've seen. There's a great book about this called The Alter Ego Effect by Todd Herman, where he studies all these professional athletes and other top performers who kind of have this identity that they drop into when it's time to really go into peak performance drive. And it's not about lying or being something that you're not. It's about developing this character that you can get in the zone to do this. He talks about in the book about Bo Jackson had this alter ego before he stepped on the football field. Even Mr. Rogers, when Mr. Rogers, if you're old enough to remember that show, put on this sweater and would become this character that he was known for in television. There's these alter egos you can develop so that you can really level up your confidence in a big way. And we see this, it's only natural. I mean, you see kids like on the playground, or if somebody's getting ready to go skydiving out of a plane, they kind of summon the courage and they kind of step into like this superhero mode. That is the alter ego, and you can develop a unique one for you as a coach or help your client do that. So those are my principles for you today. I'd love to hear below this video which mindset do you need the most help with, or which new mindset are you going to adopt? And I've just been through a lot of this. I mean, I'm about 10 years into making videos online, and I go back and I think about me on camera early on, just not feeling comfortable in front of the camera, trying to prepare. It's hard to relax. You're oftentimes standing in a room by yourself talking to the camera, and it's just not that comfortable. And over time, just with my mindset of like, I'm just trying to help people. I'm trying to build a company. I'm trying to make a dent on the universe. I'm trying to be efficient. I got a lot going on. Like I've just leveled up my mindset, and I've done the imperfect work. I mean, I'm hundreds or thousands of videos in at this point across all my online stuff. And just being that work in progress has really helped me do that. And we see that a lot with course creators or training-based membership sites where, creating the content, getting on camera, it's like the moment where a lot of this stuff comes to a head. So I've been there. You can do it. You just got to keep going, keep taking that imperfect action. And there's this trend in society. I call it the hustle culture thing, where there's all this stuff online about putting in the extra yards and these super long work days and work weeks. And while I agree with the statement I'm about to tell you to like do the work that others won't so you can live the life that others can't, I actually really agree with that statement. But there's an unhealthy part where we get into this hustle culture where it's all about like just putting in more, like making the sacrifice, like and sometimes sacrificing too much of the important stuff, whether that's your health or key relationships for the business and that kind of thing. And hustle culture can it can be not healthy for a healthy mindset. Now, I'm a big fan of hustling, and you have to hustle, in my opinion, especially in the beginning, to get momentum in an online business. But instead of focusing exclusively, I guess what I'm saying is there's only so much juice you can squeeze out of the lemon of hustle and like efficiency and scheduling. And I'm big on these things. I use my calendar like a boss. I hustle hard, I work hard, I'm focused. But what my challenge is to you today is to level up and focus on how much gains you can get by improving your mindset, as opposed to just putting in longer hours or sacrificing important things like health and key relationships to get great results as a coach, or to just increase the momentum and the productivity. So, and then I got one more pro tip for you today. If you are a website building professional and you serve the expert industry or the coaching industry, I would encourage you to look for these mindset issues in your clients. And even if they're not really like asking for it, when you start seeing those content delays, where they're like starting to sabotage the project, or they're focusing on some feature, some obscure feature that they think they need, instead of going ahead and launching and being a work in progress, is that you can actually coach your clients. You don't even have to let them know you're coaching them. Just send them a link to this video about mindset for coaches and experts and how they can level up. I know they appreciate it. If you have a good working relationship with your client and you see them going off on a tangent about some random obscure feature that has no material impact on their online coaching business of the website, instead of actually shipping and launching on time, and you're like, hey, I just want you to know I've seen this before. I think that that's a good idea. It's just a not right now thing. Let's go ahead and get this thing launched. And is there anything I can do to get the content done that that we asked for, that we need, so we can get this sucker launched? They can really appreciate that, and let them know about these imposter syndrome issues and confidence issues, and just have an open conversation if you've got that healthy relationship, to see if maybe you can help your client unlock some more healthy mindset issues. So that's what I got for you today on the mindset of a coach, both the good, the bad, and the ideal that we want to strive towards. And like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I want to share an exclusive resource with you. It's called the WordPress LMS Buyer's Guide. It helps you choose the best website tech for your online training, your coaching, or your training-based membership site. And basically, just click the link below this video so you can go download your copy. It's free, and it'll give you 5 questions that you can ask to select the best tech for your business or your next project. Thousands of people have used this guide to help banish all the software research overwhelm and just get on it and pick the best tools for the job. So I'd like to encourage you to also smash that like button. I really appreciate it. If you know a WordPress professional who serves the coaching industry, or if you're a coach yourself and you know another coach that could benefit from this mindset conversation, go ahead and forward this link to them. So I want to encourage you to keep learning, keep taking action. There's a course inside all of us. We're here to help to lift up others through education. My name's Chris. I'm from Lifter LMS, and I'll see you in the next video.